Hi, I'm Matt from SPRK, and these are a few of our favorite tools. Okay, complete confession, I'm an Adam Savage junkie. I watch Tested on the regular. It's definitely a subscribe and like situation. I love Adam's descriptions about his tools. He goes into depth about the whole shop setup. So we're going to try to recreate that here for SPRK. And we're going to talk about some of the things that we like to use on projects. So this is one of the first. This is a Nanook flight case. So you may be familiar with the Pelican brand. Pelican's cool. We like Nanook a little better. They price out a little better. Most importantly, the shell is lighter to begin with. So you don't get that 15-pound tax on your 71 available pounds on the airplane right off the bat. So this is the Nanook 938. It's kind of the standard for our toolkit. So we've got technician kits that are built around this. Works out really well for our tool cases. So this is one of our standards. The Nanook case, very nice. Handles on the, or latches on the side handle. It's got the pull-out handle, which is really convenient when you're walking around the airport. And of course, nothing would be complete without the Sky Priority tag. Let's just be honest. Delta Airlines, they're doing it the right way. Sky Priority, the priority bags out in the first 20 minutes, definitely a game changer for you frequent travelers. Yeah, so we like Nanook because their latches are better. Sorry, Pelican. You've got a lock mechanism here. You have to pull this down. You have to be a little smarter than my dog to open the latch, which is positive. Favorite thing, the Cobalt mini screwdriver. Lowe's has these for a really affordable price. So I've got several different inserts here. It comes with a nice little holder dude. So everything from, especially Phoenix connectors, to have that tiny little spade bit. We got those. We got some metric bits here. It's awesome. So I can put this in, locks nice and tight. So we got like the rotating top, which I particularly like when you're having to put pressure down on a little connector. These guys are great, super cheap at Lowe's. I'd probably buy two of them because, well, the little inserts tend to float away. So anyway, buy two of these. Next favorite thing, this is the Versa Sight, I think. Magnetic level. This was an Amazon find for me. So magnetic, so if you're working on a piece of steel, if you're doing any rigging, it'll attach on. Also has this really cool clamp, so I can clamp this sucker up next to a piece of steel. Really, really helpful. It's even good too if you're like checking level on an audio PA. Not that I'm an audio guy, but super cheap, worth it. Definitely one for the toolkit. So this is another one. This is the Klein RT250. So it's, you think it's just your standard plug tester, right? Put it in, see if you have a short. But this sucker, super cool. When you test the circuit, it actually gives you a load readout. So other than, is the circuit on? Is the polarity right? Like the load readout, game changer. So here's a lighting specific favorite thing. This is the Swisson XMT 120. So this is a DMX signal tester. Really substantial case here, does a variety of different things. We can use it to send a DMX signal. So it's a quick way to plug in a cable and test a lighting fixture or test a string of fixtures because it can generate DMX, but it also, and maybe most valuable to me, will read a DMX signal. So it's really helpful when you're at that point of troubleshooting where you can't figure out if you have an output, but you think you might have an output, and you've tried every working light that you think you have. Yeah, when you're in kind of the weeds of a really bad troubleshooting experience, this guy is a lifesaver. So this has been in my tool bag for a long time. This is a little Pathway Uno node. So works on PoE. It can also be powered locally, and just a single 5-pin DMX output. This guy is great, so I carry it around in case I need to use a lighting console on my computer, do any RDM setup, and use one of the Pathway utilities. So it's a quick way of getting an analog DMX signal out of my machine. So I've been carrying this around in my bag for years. I've got a little PoE injector in here too, just in case. So yeah, invaluable tool in the field. So this is one of my most recent favorite finds. Confession, it's actually an Adam Savage find that I am totally stepping on the toes of. But Nova Life, Amazon brand, right? This is a USB powered micro soldering iron. So it comes in this cool little carrying case. Here's the tip. That's a soldering iron. Like, is that crazy? Little USB power. So AC or USB, this is a game changer. If you've ever had to solder a cable on the top of a lift, maybe an 80-foot lift that's swaying back and forth, this is life-changing. Nerdy favorite thing, this is the Logitech MX Master mouse for the Mac. I've been a big trackpad believer for a long time, but a lot of the work we do is in Vectorworks and AutoCAD. We're doing a lot of computer-aided drafting, a lot of 3D modeling. This mouse is a total game changer. So the scroll wheel, I'm sorry, like the trackpad's great, but nothing beats a mechanical scroll wheel. Lots of programmable buttons, which I have not fully explored yet, but this has become my favorite daily driver mouse for AutoCAD work. All right, one of my favorite things from the last year. This is a Sherpa 100. It's made by Goal Zero. These guys mainly do like solar panels and that sort of thing for outdoors, but this is a massive battery bank that pretty much has every feature you could ever want. Now, it's not the lightest thing ever. Shout out to my friend Brian David at MDSX in Orlando. We were working on a project and he turned me on to this device for one use in particular. So if you can see, there's an AC port. So you can actually run AC power off this guy. We were working in a really precarious position and needed to solder a couple cables. So to run a soldering iron off of a battery bank is pretty freaking cool. So that's what we did with this guy. Battery charge in here is enough to do a full MacBook charge from zero. Great if you're sitting at the Atlanta airport. Tons of USB-A and USB-C. And the top pad here is actually a magnetic charge port. So you can throw your iPhone on the top while you're charging your MacBook. Pretty freaking outstanding. So this is the Leica E7500 laser disto. Everybody needs a good laser disto. I become fond of this guy because of its range. So really incredible, even compared to the Bosch stuff, which has been pretty reliable for me. Tons of functions. To be honest, I'm using it for distance measurement like everybody else. There are some Bluetooth links that are pretty cool if you're into that sort of thing. Also has a really cool function where you can tap this camera button and it's actually giving you a view of where your laser's pointed. Saved me on a few times trying to get a detailed measurement, but this guy's awesome. Hey, thanks for taking a look at some of my favorite things and part of the toolkit here at SPRK Lighting.